Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. The stock market is open, so you already know we are buying stocks and we are adding assets to the portfolio. I want to take a look, and I want to look at all of last month, the month of June. We have finished it out. I apologize for no videos last week. I was out of town and wasn't able to film any videos, so we have a little bit of catch up to do here. I think about 2 weeks since we've made a video on the dividend account. So we'll go over that real quick. A pretty good month, not obviously record breaking because we did not have the 5 weeks like we did the previous month, but a really good month. The account has gone up and to the right, which is what we like to see. We've been really successful selling cash secured puts with Robinhood's margin money. And slowly but surely, we just continue to knock out the share count goals, increase the passive income, and slowly but surely build all of our share count. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the dividends that came in over the month, where we totaled up, and where we're looking to go after that. So count is currently sitting at 42,855, just shy of 43,000, which is nice to see. For the week, we are up about $359. For the month, we are up 6% or 24.46. 3 months, we are up 20% or 7,349. 1 year, we're up $9,600 or 28%. And then all time since we opened this account just over 2 years ago, we're up 12,280 or 40.17%. For anybody that's new here, this is not a growth portfolio. I am building this portfolio purely to someday pay me $5,000 a month in pure passive dividend income, in the hopes that someday I can just retire early, maybe in my early 40s, and then we can just live off of our passive dividend income. Obviously, this account is not even close to where I need it to be. We're going to need probably another $150,000 in this account, and we're just going to continue to grow it. So that's where we're sitting as of right now. But let's jump into it. Let's look at the passive income that it came in over the last month, and of course, full transparency here, we show it all. So let's just look here at the dividends that came in. I'll just scroll all the way down to the start of June, where we started out with TSLW, and I'll go up from there. You'll notice that we have a super simple account. And we did that from last year. We had too many assets in the portfolio. And so what I did is I sold a bunch of assets. I came down to, my favorite, 10 or 15 stocks. And then we started building positions in those. We set some share count goals. And then we've been pushing towards those share count goals for the last 6 months. So these are all the dividends that came in. I'll just scroll through these quickly. You can see a lot of them really came in under par. And what I mean by that is stuff like CONY, TSLY, MSTY just didn't have the greatest dividends. And you can see TSLY coming in at $40 there. Not too great, but the portfolio did really well. Just over $1,300 worth of dividend income. And then we made a couple $100 selling some super safe Delta puts as well. And we'll go over those. But so far, so good. Really love to see... You really love to see this. Just slowly but surely, the dividend keeps coming up. And then SEHD, I love watching this one. This is one of more, it's a dividend focused, but also a growth focused play that we are purchasing every single day. It's nice to see that quarterly dividend come in at $57.36. That one has just been slowly building over the last 2 years. So those are all the dividends that came in. We have a couple that are pending coming in. Looks like TSLW is coming in today for $19.47. And then we have VTI, which is part of the growth portion of this portfolio, that came in for $10.58. And that's on 11 shares? Yeah, 11.58 shares. So those are all the dividends that came in there. We do have, we do have some options on the table. I sold these this morning on MSTX. We have a short week for anybody that's watching this on drop day. 4th of July stock market will be closed, which is on Friday. So all these should expire worthless on the 3rd, unless we have a pretty big drop in the market. So MSTX is down about 11.87% today. And so I went in and I sold some puts. So we have some puts on the table right now. We got paid 0.08, I believe, per contract. And we got paid $48. So we have 6 puts open there. This is a delta of 0.04. So a really good chance of profit here. And I think this trade's going to do pretty well. So we have that at the 29 put. It's currently trading about $35, almost $36 on MSTX. And MSTX has been really good in this portfolio. We use it as just a set it and forget it safe play every single week. And all we are doing is we're literally just selling the lowest. These go in 0.05 increments. So we're going to the lowest 0.05 increment. We're selling the put. It's usually around that 0.03 to 0.06 delta. And we're just collecting a couple of bucks. Obviously, it's not the craziest return, but my goal is to make between $30 and $50 a week on Robinhood's money. And what I mean by that is because I'm using margin in the account with Robinhood Gold, they allow me, based off of my balance, to have margin on the account. I can sell puts with that margin. And as long as I don't ever get assigned, I pay 0 interest on the margin there. So that's what you're seeing here, right? So if we scroll all the way to the 1st of June, we just kept it super simple. $20 on MSTX on the 4th, 54, and that expired worthless. $54 on the 9th, that expired worthless. $35 on the 16th, that expired worthless. $40 on the 23rd, that expired worthless. And then today we sold the 48. Hopefully this expires worthless as well. This stock moves around like crazy, so it's possible we might have to get in a roll scenario. Obviously, with the chance of profit, it's not going to work every single time, but so far it's worked really well for us. So we're just gonna continue doing that. So that's just a quick on the options portion there. The minus 12 just purely means that if I sold the exact same option now, I could potentially get paid more premium for the exact same play. So this is all the positions in the account: SCHD, VTI, JEPQ, all of the DTEs there, YMAX, TSLW, NVDY, CONY, MSTY, and TSLY, all at 100 shares each. Those are on a race to being house money. And what I mean by that is however much money I spent to buy my 100 shares, we are in a race to receive that same amount or more in dividends, and we are getting close on some. We'll do a separate video for that later, but that's why I'm at 100 shares of all those. We've been adding TSLW as well, trying to get that to 50 shares. I'm trying to get about $100 a month out of that TSLW, and then we're probably going to switch it up. We're going to buy some new assets here probably this month, and then we're just going to continue stacking XDT and RDT. QDT has now hit the 200. Actually, I should just move this up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put YMAX at the top, and I'm going to put QDTE at the top as well, because both of those have already hit my 2025 goals. And that's 500 shares in YMAX, 250 shares in QDT. And then JEPQ still has some ways to go. We got to get that one to 50 shares. Speaking of which, we're just going to go in here and we're going to buy some right now. So we're going to buy 2 shares. It's going to cost us $107. We're buying that out of dividend and options income, whichever one you want to look at. But we just slowly take that money we make from other stocks or other dividends, and then we purchase more assets with it. So we're at 47.77 shares there. And then, that should raise our passive dividend income just like that. So that's the update on the account there. I do want to jump over to the spreadsheet and just take a look at where all of our money came in last month, right? So in May, we had a huge month at $2,058. In June, we came in at $1,385. Obviously less than May because we did not have 5 Fridays. Whenever you have 5 Fridays in a month, you obviously have 5 payouts on a bunch of our big hitters in the account, and so it's gonna skew the data. So massive month in May. We're right around the average of where we've been. You can see in April we came in at 1386. The last month 1385, and we're really starting to get a nice consistency in the account at that $1,300 to $1,400 mark. And I love to see that, right? We have our 4 horses or our 4 pillars of the account that we've talked about before, and we can look at that in the spreadsheet. But they're consistently paying out between $200 and $250 a week for the most part. And then the rest we are just slowly building on, right? So $9,200 worth of passive dividend income so far in 2025. The goal is $25,000. I don't know how attainable this is going to be unless I just added a bunch of money to this account. The problem with me adding a bunch of money to this account is then I take it out of my options account and I make significantly more money there. And so it's hard for me to just take out more money there, but we may add a little bit more. I know I did a chunk of 2,500 earlier this year. Actually, we can see it down here. So we've added a lot of money. We've added $5,100 to this account so far, and that's just fresh cash, right? That's in 2025. We've already added over $5,000. And I add $100 of fresh cash every single week. And then obviously I take 0 money out of this portfolio. So I'm reinvesting all of my dividends and I'm keeping it all in the account. So slowly but surely, we're going to build towards that $25,000 goal. I don't know how attainable it's going to be, but you can see that the numbers and the goals are starting to ramp up. Last month was 1723. We fell a little bit short of that. Next month in July, or I should say this month, is now 1839. Unless we make some huge contribution, it's going to be hard to hit that, but that's okay. We always, I would rather have a high goal and come a little bit short than set the goal too attainable and not be pushing myself. So that's where we're sitting as of right now. With the options income, I will show you that real quick here. This is how we're doing with the cash secure puts, right? $95 in May, $180 in June. We've already made just under $1,000. And we're averaging about $150 a month in options income, which is not bad because it's all with Robinhood's money. on the margin side of things. And then we just take that money, we put it into dividend stocks. And so as the balance gets bigger, the margin allotment will get bigger, and then we'll be able to sell more contracts. And so the hope is that over time, we can start to make a little bit more money in the portfolio, maybe get this 153 average up closer to the 175, 200 average, and then we'll be able to boost the account even more. So that's where we're sitting. 45% of the dividends came from YieldMax, 43% from Roundhill, 10% from other, and you saw where they came from. So one thing I want to check is our share count goal. We've talked about this a lot. We have a lot getting close to completion, right? You can see most of these are between 78 and 100%. So we're at the upper tier, and we only need just under $5,000 to hit all of our goals, and that's on these main assets, right? We've already hit the YMAX and the TSLY. This one needs to go green as well. We've already, let me just change that to green, or what is it? There we go. We've already hit that one as well. So it's nice to see 3 of them are already green. VTI is getting really close. Another $1,000 will get that one done. JEPQ is probably the one we're going to get done next. We only needed $227 worth of shares, or shares to get that done. We just purchased 2 shares, so that's going to, on the next update, that'll be down to 2.23. And then we'll probably finish that off this month, to be honest with you. And then we'll slowly but surely just start picking them off. So we'll probably finish JEPQ and TSLW this month in July. And then we'll start putting some more money towards the other ones, maybe SHD or VTI. And we'll just keep building. So that's the share count goal. When we come into our weekly dividends, how are we looking? Well, this is where we're sitting as of right now. Let me just pull this up. Total return's looking really good. QDT total return is at 13.25%, XDT at 9.66, RDT at 5.79, YMAX at 9.01, and then house money, if we wanted to calculate this, you can see we hit at week 31, we hit 500 shares. We still have $7,538 left to go in dividends in order to get completely back to house money, which means I got all my money back that I initially invested in YMAX. And that's the goal there, right? So we just let those keep coming in. We're still averaging, if we go to the 4 pillars, we're still averaging, we're looking really good. If you look at the weekly payouts here, maybe this is a better way to look at it. You can see 250, 253, 196, 222, 256. So some really, really good averages there. And we're just building, right? So between these, you can see that we have a really good, we're right under $1,000, between $900 and $1,000 most months. And as we continue to build this up, it is slowly but surely going to keep adding, right? Hopefully we can get towards that 4-figure number. And then once we hit all of our goals, we will leave it there. So this is where we're sitting. I know a couple of people have asked in the comments for me to add this to the members Google Sheet. I'm going to be working on that over the next week. Going to be making some updates, adding in any of the graphics that are missing, and then I'll add this as well, so anybody can have that on their Google Sheets that's on the memberships on this channel. So there's all the updates there. And slowly but surely we just keep building. So July is on its way. We're already $30 worth of dividend income coming in so far, as we saw from VTI and TSLW, hoping we can break that $75 mark on TSLW. And we're just going to continue pushing forward, right? YMAX is going to continue to lead the pack, as well as all the DTEs. And then hopefully we get a nice MSTY payout coming in this next week. But that's all the updates I have. So that's how we did for the month of June of 2025, and onward and upward as we continue to add capital to the account, reinvest all our dividends, and slowly but surely build towards this $5,000 a month dividend income goal. So thank you, everybody. As always, appreciate you. Don't forget to drop a like. Happy investing, and we'll catch you next time.